Peace, my brothers and sisters. This is the lyrical genius Black Titanium, and I'm back at you on the homeless empire. The last time you seen me, you probably seen me laying up in the hospital bed, because of the situation I was telling you about with the Espianage game in the shelter. But I tried to get footage, but they, my phone was taken, and they told me I couldn't really film up in there. But nevertheless, I'm still gonna bring you into the life of the homeless, because you got a lot of people out here. They look at homeless people and they say, man, what the fuck is wrong with them niggas? Why they don't get their shit together? Why they don't get a job? Why they don't get this? Why they don't get that? See, but what a lot of y'all don't realize, is that you're speaking from the confines of a comfortable home. You're speaking from the warm bed. That's the position you're speaking from. So you can't pass judgment on no man, because you don't know what makes none of these niggas out here snap. But I'm just speaking for the homeless, because I haven't snapped yet. But real talk, I want to bring you into the life of the homeless. I want to show you reasons why a lot of you got a lot of people out here that don't get no jobs, because a job might call a homeless person, right, and say, listen, we like your resume, we like what we seen on your resume, come in, we want to have an interview with you. Okay, you like what you seen on my resume, but can I really come in the way I'm looking? When I'm not talking about me personally, I'm speaking for the homeless. The way I'm looking, I don't have no money to buy no clothes for no interview. I haven't been to an interview in probably months and years. And in this type of circumstances, Pacific Northwest, the chances of you rolling up there getting a job in front of a white person is like slim to none. Real talk. But with that, that's just one of the aspects of being homeless. You get a lot of brothers out here, a lot of sisters out here in this homeless world, and you got to understand that not everybody is built to be in the streets. The smallest thing can make a nigga snap out here. That's what you got to understand. First of all, the smallest thing can make niggas snap out here. Especially white people. I see a lot of them, they become homeless. See, but a lot of them become homeless because they want to see what it's like to be homeless. A lot of them do that shit voluntarily because they got money to fall back on, or they got family with money to fall back on. They like the excitement. You see out here in the Pacific Northwest, you see a bunch of them motherfuckers. This shit is like camping out to them. And they getting plenty of money. Okay, that's one aspect. Another aspect is, in most shelters, you have to go in at a certain time of night. Y'all hear me? You have to go in at a certain time at night. So you go in there, you go to bed. So as soon as you wake up, your ass gotta be out of there. So that means when most of the dudes or sisters leave their shelter, guess what? They have to walk the streets all day, every day. Ain't no going to your friend's house or none of that shit to chill. Some of them might have a couple of homies to go chill with or whatever. But most of them, They gotta go chill at Starbucks, the library, and a bunch of other shit. And what you gotta understand is that shit right there, walking the streets all day, not having nowhere to go, especially in a position of like my circumstances, being a conscious black man, and basically the feds have slandered you, defamed you, and isolated you from your people to the point where he turned your people against you. Meaning that if you might be able to go to your aunt's house, I might be able to go to my aunt's house, my cousin's house, but guess what? Ain't no spending the night, and you can only stay for a certain amount of time because they've already instructed them to do this. This is what you got to understand. So when you climb into the mind of a person that's in homelessness, you got to know that these streets take a toll on the body, on the mind, and no matter how strong a person may think they are not that strong to handle this shit. You got some people that's stronger than the others. You got some people that are stronger than the others, and they can maneuver through this shit. But guess what? The downside to that is they become institutionalized. Yeah, you got a lot of dudes out here, when they get under these circumstances, you know what they do? They end up living in a shelter for like 10, 20 years. You know why? Because the system has broken their spirit, has broken their will, and it's not hard. And it's understandable. A lot of people speak from a position, looking from the outside, looking in, and don't even understand what they're talking about. But a lot of people who experience this know what it really is. And it can happen to anybody. Everybody out here is only one check away from homelessness. No matter what you think you got, no matter how much money you think you have, you are only one check away from homelessness. All you have to do is slip up in a bad way. Real talk. Let me tell you how I got homelessness. Let me tell you how I got homeless. I had an apartment, right? So I told the people, after about 2 years of living in that apartment, I told the people, you got to give them a 30-day notice. You have to give them a 30-day notice that you're leaving. You're going to be out before a certain day, so within 30 days. Okay? I was out in 30 days. I was out before 30 days. I called them up and told them, listen, man, I'm gone. Here's the keys. I'm out. Okay? Do you know that when I left, they left the office, the corporate office to the establishment. They left my account open, like I was still living there. So they had me owing them rent for like 3 months, when I had already been gone. I was gone before the 30 days that I told them that I was leaving. Before that 30 days. But because of the fact that I was out here in the Pacific Northwest, and that's the way that that's the white supremacy games that these white people play. And trust me, it wasn't white people that actually put their hands on it. They had a lot to do with it. They had the invisible hand in it. But it was Mexicans. It was a fucking house nigga ass black motherfucker Yeah. Yeah. So basically, excuse me, y'all. You gotta excuse me, but yeah, but it was house niggas and Mexicans that was doing it from. They were so jealous that I was living in my own shit that they couldn't even get over the fact that a black man was able to have his own apartment and live by himself. So I was drawing plenty of jealousy over that shit. About black women, black men. I was drawing, excuse me, I had to pause because my camera is like messing up a little bit. But I was drawing a lot of jealousy from having an apartment. But they wasn't even satisfied with the fact that I had moved to another state. Yeah, I moved to another state, and every time I went to look for an apartment, now, mind you, at this time, I don't even know that my account is still open. I don't even know that my account is still open. Nah. This was the game that was being played. So every time I went to look for an apartment and I fill out the application, I come back, they say, yo, listen, you got bad credit. We can't let you have this apartment. Your credit ain't good. So I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean I can't get the apartment? My credit is bad. I just had an apartment. You know? So I started thinking about my student loans. I said, because I do owe like $30,000-$40,000 in student loans. So I started thinking that it was that. But I actually came back and found out different. I found out that these motherfuckers had sabotaged me, and it didn't have nothing to do with the establishment, because like I said, under the circumstances that I live, the feds got me under 24-hour surveillance. They wanted me out of that apartment anyway. So by me leaving the apartment, this was the perfect chance for them to keep me without an apartment. And ever since then, I've been homeless for like a year and a half. Yeah. This time, I done fell in and out of homelessness. Don't get it twisted. I ain't new to this shit. I ain't glorifying this shit. I would never glorify this. I just want to bring you into the life of how this shit can actually happen to anybody. Understand me. It can actually happen to anybody. We never know what the situation may be. A lot of people judge you from the outside looking in. I just want to bring you into this world, because when people become homeless, they become written off by the people in society, including their own family members. Niggas don't never want nothing to do with you as long as you doing bad. And the older you get, the more you're written off. So this is what we have to understand, that my point is, the homeless are people too. The homeless are people too. And with that being said, I want to switch over to the next topic. As a matter of fact, I'm tripping. I'm not switching over to the next topic, because I'm basically not finished explaining to you of the life of the homeless. I basically want you to understand that people have to get active in this society, man. We sit back, a lot of black people, we sit back No, especially black women. We sit back and we look at each other, and as soon as somebody fall, it gives the next person satisfaction. But that's out of self-hatred, because a lot of the ones who's laughing, they ain't got shit either. That's the crazy part about it. They ain't got a motherfucking thing. So they want you to be as low as possible so it can make them feel good about themselves. It can make them feel like they doing something within their little feeble-minded attempts. But in all reality, when they get to that lonely-ass kitchen and they start realizing they sitting there eating a bunch of fucking genetically modified organisms and looking fucking sloppy and all type of shit, they realize, damn, I'm dying slowly. That's what they realize. And I can expound on the situation all day, man. But I don't want to drag you through it, but I just want to bring you into the life of what it really is. A lot of these brothers and sisters that come up out of there, they basically, when they do come up out of there during the day, they basically don't have nowhere to go. See, and this is what I was telling you about the feds. They know this. They know that if you want to find the homeless, you could go downtown, go to the library, or go to Starbucks. You're gonna find any homeless nigga you're looking for. Except for some of us, we stick out. We go outside the box. No, I travel around. I don't just stay in one spot. I don't just stay in one spot, because, like I said, I got agent provocateurs following me all day. Looking to start shit. So what we gotta realize is that when you walk past and you look at homeless people, man, you can't just say that person don't want nothing. I don't know. There's, like I said, there's out here where I'm at now, there's a lot of homeless motherfuckers. And guess what? They sitting on a bunch of motherfucking money. Like I said, they do that shit for fun. And they just want the excitement. This shit is like camping out to them. But it's a total different story when that shit is forced on you. It's a total different story when it's forced on you. So they can't even compare that type to the type when, under the circumstances when a person have no choice but to be under those circumstances. It's like Dr. Umar Johnson said. I give him his props where props is due. He said they enjoy the benefit, the privilege of white supremacy even when they broke and poor. This is the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, to the attention of the masses. When in this geographical location right here, the Pacific Northwest, I walk around and I do surveys, because this experience is something that that can't be taught in the textbook. It can't be taught in college. None of this shit. Experience is the best teacher. So I walk around and I do surveys. And I look at a lot of these motherfuckers out here, man. Excuse my language. I walk around and I see black people hanging out with white supremacists, racist white motherfuckers. Yeah. They be hanging out with some racists, and out here, you guys know, you basically gotta blast them motherfuckers, because they cocky out this motherfucker. They real cocky. See, but I walk with no fear. See, cause like I said, I done been through penitentiaries, homelessness, all that. So this shit is nothing compared to where I come from. And I think the real recognize real, because they don't fuck with me on a physical level. No, they might they shit is like comes in a cowardly form. They do shit behind the scenes and hide behind it and use your own people against you. A bunch of house niggas and Uncle Julios and shit. But I just want to bring you into the mind of the homeless man, a homeless conscious brother that's out here. You know what I'm saying? That has to be out here. No, it's not just me. Nah. See, one thing you gotta realize about this shit. You find some of the most ingenious people in the homeless shelter and in prisons. Real talk. That's where I've met the most smartest people at. Is in shelters and prison. Real talk. You cannot underestimate a book because it has a fucked up cover. At all. So as we walk around, let me just give you an idea how this shit really go. As you walk around, under my circumstances and under all circumstances, as homeless people come out here and they know that they got to walk around all day, you have to be creative about managing your time. You have to be very creative about managing your time. I mean, the day goes quick, but you just can't be, you know what I'm saying, one of them people that just fucking drift, you know, a vagabond. Because you got a lot of the white people that's out here, you got a lot of them, a lot of them can't handle this shit and they don't know how to maneuver. So they lose their minds over this shit. This is why the black man is so amazing. This is why they know that they have to keep their feet on our neck. Because when we get under these circumstances, when we get up under these circumstances, guess what? They watch us. They use us as case studies. They learn from our experience. They say, damn, this motherfucker ain't dead yet. All the shit that we don't totally humiliated and dehumanized these niggas. Real talk. So you have to be in a state, you have to be in amazement when you watch us. Because although we think it's a normal thing to do, because we've been going through it for all our life, it's amazing to every other culture. So they all in agreement that the black man should always be at the bottom in America. Africans are in agreement with the white man. Arabs, Puerto Ricans, Chinese people, all of these people are in agreement when they come to America that they have to keep us at the bottom. All these other cultures have to participate in white supremacy. And all of those in the games of white supremacy that they display. The game is deep. You can't just think out here. You have to be able to think geometrically. Not one track, but you have to think from all angles. Many different angles. So yes, we are amazing to them. This is why they build up black people on TV and they tear them down. Because right now they are in the midst of trying to write their history, because white people, they don't have no history. So they writing themselves into history while trying to simultaneously erase ours. So in order to keep you in a deep sleep state, they have to destabilize your mind. So, for example, if I wanted to erase the history of a people, this is how they work. If they want to erase the history of a people, they kill it from the root. Understand me? So although you don't know, they know that the root of our ancestors is Africa. That's why they're over there now raping and pillaging the land. Because they know that we possess the richest resources in the world. They know something that a lot of black people don't know. They know our history better than we do. And this is the reason why they can't let you rise. This is the reason why they can't let you rise. This is what you have to understand. They are not, by any means necessary. See, they are not going to let the black man, they'll let anybody that come to this country get a $30,000, $40,000 loan, start up a business. But a black man in America, I've seen it in a couple of places, like Minnesota. I've seen black businesses, actually African Americans, owning restaurants and stuff like that. But it's very far and few in between. That's very seldom are you going to see those type of circumstances, because they are not going to let you rise. What we have to understand from a black point of view, man, is that you are behind enemy lines. And those who choose to ignore that, like you got a bunch of fake ass Muslims, who play the role of the cowards, and you got a bunch of other people who choose to ignore that. See, let me tell you something, man. I don't mean to jump off track. See, and you might think, as you watch me, yo, this brother, he kind of intelligent, but he's all over the place with it. That's what the homeless empire is all about. Not putting on a facade, fuck the politically correct shit, and giving you what's real. So I'm gonna give you what's real, man, at all times. But back to the essence of of my conversation, I wanted to tell you something real important. I want to give you some real important information. See, the white man, he knows that the dollar bill is becoming obsolete. And this, American money is supposed to be the world's leading currency. It's supposed to be the world's leading currency. See, but one thing that you don't know about the white man is how pathological they really are. See, they know that the dollar bill is becoming obsolete, so their reign is coming to an end. See, but one thing about them is that they're not going to lay down easily. They are not going to lay down easily when the dollar bill becomes obsolete. And that's why they run around the world now killing up people. They're trying to save the dollar. And in all reality, with a person like Trump in office, I think that they would rather blow the fucking world up than to see the dollar bill fall than to see the yen or the dinar or any other currency become the world's leading currency. But they know that this is inevitable. They owe China like $10 trillion. So you got people around the world they building their own central banks. They coming out with their own currency. All around the world, they trying to see to it that the dollar bill falls. And this is what America knows. So we're going to come into a cashless society. They're going to sell you the illusion. You work, we're going to put the money in your account. But it ain't going to be no money in your account. It's just going to be numbers. But when this happens, here's the important point. When this happens, you can bet your bottom dollar that not only black people, not only Puerto Ricans, not only Arabs, not only Africans, but white people too. That's the working class people of society. They have an evil plan. The government has an evil plan for all of us. And they plan on locking our ass down and making you submit. You're going to see the horns manifest that you never thought existed. Then you're going to know that you're dealing with the devil. This is where we headed. You cannot put off the inevitable. That's what you have to realize. What's bound to happen is bound to happen. And with that being said, you're watching The Homeless Empire, and I am your host, the lyrical genius, Black Titanium. Press that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I got plenty of more beneficial information that you really want to know about. Never mind what you say, but take these jewels and put them under your belt and run with them. Because 5 minutes after I finish this video, the devil and his followers are going to follow me up and try to slander me, try to erase all of this shit from your mind. When you know, as you listen to it, that I'm telling the truth. But what you got to understand is that the white man has an amazing way of manipulating. They are master manipulators. So with that being said, once again, you are watching The Homeless Empire, and I am the lyrical genius, Black Titanium. Subscribe to my channel, The Homeless Empire, man. This ain't for no likes. This ain't for no fucking money. This is because I'm trying to get active. I'm trying to do my part. I've sat around long enough, man, and just watched this shit go on. While sitting in the midst of the gutter suffering. Finally, I woke up one morning, I said, hold up, man. I'm too motherfucking intelligent for this shit. I'm too intelligent to be letting these devil-ass motherfuckers step on me like this without fighting back. I know that I'm up against a machine that's a monster. Yeah, I'm up against a monster. And so is a lot of other brothers, because they choose to be gentrified and separated. They alienate themselves from each other. So basically, they might think they the only ones. Yeah. But they are not the only ones. If you're watching, you are not the only one, man. There's millions of us out here that's sitting out here on these streets, man. This is what's real, man. The raw shit, the real shit. See, a lot of people, they too embarrassed. They become financially embarrassed, and they don't even want to be seen. Fuck putting on a facade. This is the real shit that you're supposed to be hearing. This is what you want the youth to learn from, man. This is what you want our black youth to learn from. If you want to do something, get active and start teaching our children, man. Right now, I can't even see my children. I can't even teach I'm hoping that one day